Big up the Mandem. Welcome to Pitch Picks. Today is the Champions League recap, Matchweek 27 or 28 preview.
29.
29. Yeah, I don't care about the Premier League anymore because my team's in Champions League. Something you can't relate to.
Not yet.
But before we started recording, we had a big fight about this racketeer guy and this interview. You want to give me the rundown on what's going on?
It's Ratcliffe.
Ratcliffe.
Racketeer.
Racketeer.
It's racketeer.
It's kind of
That's what he is. He's racketeering Manchester United.
Yeah,
I did that as a pun, dude. I knew it was Ratcliffe.
What does
nailed it.
What does racketeering mean?
You nailed it.
You know what it means.
No, I kind of feel like we should turn the floor over to our resident Manchester United guy.
Me?
Yeah, you. That's you.
Wait, am I? Should I give the synopsis or you want?
Yeah, or
No, because Za's actually our biggest Manchester United fan because that's all he reads. He didn't. You know what? Matchweek 28, right? That was the last match week in the Premier League. Za actually fell off the face of the earth.
He did.
Yeah, he was gone.
Yeah, no, we should, before we get to Manchester United, while we're talking about Manchester United, we should remember, where were you on Sunday?
At the Barstool Classic.
Really?
Where I was.
Really interesting.
Yes.
So you didn't watch the Arsenal game?
How was that? No, I watched it.
No 90 minutes watched?
I watched it.
No post-match thoughts?
I watched it. There were post-match thoughts on my Twitter. Go check them.
Really?
Go check them.
Pretty sure you had no tweets about the game.
Go look at my. Did I not?
You might not have.
Oh, I probably forgot to press send.
Oh, yeah. Let's see the drafts. Let's see the drafts.
That happens.
Yeah, well, why don't you give it?
When you're at the Classic, there's no time to be.
The Classic was on Monday, brother.
Yeah, but I have to get there.
He's got to walk.
I have to get there. Do I walk from? I was right. Do I walk from here?
I'm just saying.
Chicago to Florida.
I'm just saying.
Thank God
Actually, you know what?
we're all
From
finally
California
back.
to Florida.
Thank God we're all back in the same room.
I thought your plane
we
went
can
down.
Get your post-match thoughts in real time.
I've forgotten. I just watched the.
Maresh, would you like to remind him?
Last game.
Yeah. I mean, Declan Rice, big man.
Scored the goal.
Yeah, really. He showed Old Trafford a lesson.
He scored the goal. Yeah.
Quieted the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he learned his lesson.
Really pivotal shushing to go 15. Let the leaders go 15 points clear.
Yeah. Shut up. You didn't win the game at home. Shut up.
And you didn't win one. You didn't even win one at your home. Most feeble Manchester United in years.
Shut up.
And you couldn't beat us in that FA Cup, your tournament.
People are up in arms about him doing that. Bro, you score a goal, you celebrate. United needs to shut up is what they need to do. They need to shut the hell up.
You didn't score a goal to win. You scored a goal to tie the 15th place at the 15th team in the league at the time.
Listen.
It just reminds me of when he did the knee slide like they won the Champions League final at Luton last year.
You score a
Remember
goal,
how pathetic that was?
Look at
like they won a Champions League at Luton. They beat Luton. Where's Luton in the championship, you dummy?
Look at him trying
and
to
about
qualify.
to get relegated, I think.
Yeah. But let's celebrate like we hoisted the first European piece of silverware we've ever won. Southampton as well.
So I don't want to see any one of your players celebrate
knee slides
or a goal.
Knee slides.
I don't want to see any one of your players celebrate anytime they score a goal.
What do you mean? We're 14th in the league. We celebrate everything we can get. You're second. The only time you guys should be celebrating like that is if you beat Liverpool at Anfield.
Because we can't score a goal. This is the dumb internet.
Pathetic.
This is the dumb internet brain that just looks for anything.
The dumb internet brain
to laugh at.
The dumb internet brain. Same brain you have.
The argument doesn't even
You're chronically online. I don't know what you're talking about me. The dumb internet brain. Bro's tweeting about Bonnie Blue and fucking dumb internet brain. You're going to sit in this room and tell me a dumb internet brain?
Now talking about Bonnie Blue when you
Bro, you are. Yeah, exactly.
About Declan Rice. Shut up, man.
Zod, do you think...
You score a goal, you can celebrate. Don't listen to idiots like these that online, Arsenal, don't celebrate. Whatever. We score a goal, we do whatever the fuck we want.
Oh, you know who... Speaking of celebrating
What time did he score that goal?
Oh, I'm Zinchenko. I was on loan from this team in 2019. I played one game for this team. I can't celebrate them. Another pathetic bozo on that fucking sack.
You're talking about teams that are playing in the 16th, the round of 16.
He didn't celebrate against the team he played one loan game for.
Shut up. You're not allowed to fucking comment about
Oh, look, Emperor's... I'm so glad the Emperor's wearing his fucking Emperor's New Groove garb today. So he could tell me what to do.
Man.
Fucking...
Do you wish you had a different celebration?
It's like
than
I
that?
wish I didn't even fucking come back to this. I have to deal with idiots like him. Saying, the Rice can't celebrate. Zinchenko didn't celebrate. Brother, worry about your fucking team not being able to pay people. They're giving away people one apple a day. Employees. I have snacks here. I can fucking get Doritos.
Exactly. They're listening to Emperor. They're listening to Emperor Za over here dictating what people can't
not celebrating. Brother,
didn't you just tell me to worry about my team? Why don't you worry about your team? No trophies, 5 years. Bums.
Za, do you wish you?
I'm too fucking sick for this.
Do you wish you did a
too sick?
Do you wish you did a different celebration than quieting the crowd?
I have nothing wrong with if you score a goal, celebrate. That's what football's about.
Maybe
so then you have a problem with Zinchenko not celebrating?
I don't care about this or maybe this. If you score a goal, celebrate. I have no. If he chooses not to, then that's his choice.
What minute did that goal go in?
If he chooses not to, that's his choice.
70-something.
Yeah, maybe pull the ball out of the net, put it back in the center, say we're going to get another one.
It's Manchester United. We're rivals with Manchester United. We're gonna fucking take the piss out of the crowd when we score. They're gonna take the piss out of us when we score. That's how. That's
somehow the only piss I was taken was out of him.
Oh, okay. Let's take everything fun out of sport for this one group of fans because for some reason we don't like them. So their rules, their rules
for
are different.
Some reason,
their fan things don't apply. But everyone else, when you score, we're fine.
This is why no one likes.
Run around when he's fucking in relegation, telling people that I won the Champions, the one Premier League in 2015, like this when he's a thing, and then it's fun and games. Yeah, he's great. Declan Rice fucking tells him to shut up. Oh, Arsenal never celebrate. Shut up, man.
Got nothing to show for it.
All right, should we switch to Racketeer?
Yes. Yes.
That was an all-time moment. And this is why I need you two here.
I'm glad you guys are back in the room. I was sweating from that.
Yeah.
Because it's the same, bro. I've been seeing this fucking bullshit all fucking week. It's him. There's literally a billion of him on fucking line that are just tagging at thing. Don't celebrate. Don't. That's why he had to do the
it's
fucking
the biggest
thing
club in the world.
That's what they had to do.
That's
why I had to do the whole. Wait,
Bro,
took the piss out of them
sweating
yesterday.
from
It's like,
talking
no,
is
I'm not gonna
crazy.
celebrate.
I'm no doctor, but that's crazy.
The lights
You're
are hot.
listening.
lights-
I'm zoomed in. I can see every bead over here.
The lights are hot.
I told you, I am sick.
Would you just eat a Vindaloo or fucking talk to me?
I am sick.
He's sick.
Been sick for 3 weeks.
He's sick.
Find a new slant.
It's sick.
The
seasons are changing.
I heard a sniffle there. It's legit.
Zah, you should be happy though. I actually last episode said that the Declan Rice thing wasn't that big of a deal.
It's not.
And when people were over
It really isn't. But then watch yesterday.
Go ahead, Chief. Tell me about Racketeer.
Ratcliffe, we were talking, Maresh was saying, Forrest, they're not going to be here to stay. This is a weird year. All the big clubs are coming back. And then when you listen to that interview of Ratcliffe, the new owner, the guy who's saving.
He's not the new owner. He only owns 25% of the club.
He's the new face of the club.
He's the new face of the sporting side of the club, yes.
Correct.
But he is not the owner. Don't get that twisted.
But he's carrying water for the Glazers.
He is a scapegoat put in place for a few billion pounds by the Glazers. He will take all of the problems away from them. Hopefully, that's what they're saying. But us United fans are relentless. You see our protest before the Arsenal game?
I did not.
That's step one. Step two, we're emptying that fucking stadium.
Do you think that'll happen?
I don't empty.
Yeah, well,
once we get the
just like us.
fucking,
They just
I
like
won't
us.
get it. I won't get into the politics of it all. But once we get those tourists from certain countries,
yeah, they're just like us. It will never empty. That's why they're building. That's why there's no money. There's no money to buy fucking Doritos, but they can build $100 billion stadium with 100,000.
$2.1 billion.
Sorry, 100,000
for a circus tent.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
You guys all laugh. Genuinely, they built that for World Cups. They built that for the big state, like to get big tournaments, Champions League finals, things like that. That's what they're building it for. They're not building it for United.
So they're building it for a World Cup that hasn't been awarded.
That's what they're built. That when these tournaments come to England,
by the time that tournament comes to England, that stadium will probably be irrelevant.
When Ratcliffe bought the club, and he said he was going to build or bought his stake in the club, he said he was going to build a new stadium that was going to be the Wembley of the north of England. And that is what he is doing. He is delivering on that promise. That will get Champions League finals, unlike other stadiums in England. The only other one will be Wembley. So it will get things like that.
We'll see. But in the meantime, you still have to play 45 games a year between all competitions in a stadium.
And we'll still sell it out.
Okay.
Didn't Tottenham get a what's it called?
They get concerts.
Yeah,
Get a Champions League.
they get
Are
concerts.
they
in the NFL.
gonna?
Didn't
build
they get
it
a final?
on
No,
Old
Wembley.
Trafford?
right
Wembley.
next door?
Oh, that's a kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
Yeah, because
It looks like the
But the whole thing, it
Looks
was
like
just the juxtaposition of you say
you broke 1 week.
we're spending $90 million on players that aren't here because
He named them.
Yeah.
He named them. Sancho, Casemiro, Anthony.
Mhm.
Who else was named? Them three. Did he name Rashford? No, he didn't name Rashford.
No.
It was them three.
No, he might.
That was thoughts on that. Your
I
own
just
action
named-
by name. I would walk out.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
But you
What
cannot
do you
name
mean?
him.
What do you mean?
But
What do you
he's
mean?
already
At 4
named-
years,
As an owner.
4 years, 4 literal. What? It's been
As an
since-
owner, you can't. Do
It's
that.
been since what? It's been over a long time since the Glazers bought the club. Ever since, United fans have been saying, we want an owner that takes accountability, that is ruthless, that speaks their mind, that says the things that need to be said.
That takes
Now, all of a sudden,
$40,000 away from the former players club.
listen, Chief.
40
Chief,
grand?
Chief, I understand it looks bad, but any business in the entire fucking world, if was recording a loss year over year over year over year, would be doing everything to cut every single erroneous cost.
Erroneous costs?
Yes, unfortunately, right now, you can't have all this staff. You can't pay them and give them free fucking meals when the club has been in debt, and it's getting worse every year because the Glazers bought the club leveraging debt and have now the debt has risen more than the amount of money that they took out to buy the club.
Right.
That is why we're where we are. It's not Ratcliffe's fault.
I
he has been the
understand.
guy who has to fix it.
I
think-
understand.
How do you have
My
24
point is that it doesn't. The way he's talking makes it feel like there's no end in sight for this.
It's not next year unless he injects $7 billion and buys a club in totality and then clears the debts like the Qataris wanted to.
Yeah.
That's the only way out of it. They're like
That's
almost
what he should.
I think people.
he can't because the board and the Glazers won't allow that. The Glazers still own the club.
I think people are more upset of where the cost cutting is coming from.
Obviously.
where it's coming from, because I mean the loss leading department is the one that's not being cost cut. So people are saying that the money's being wasted on the football side, like on the players and shit. Like
That's
that.
where-
That's where they want the cost cut, but they're going after the non-footballing staff. And
Unfortunately, yeah, that's how it happens.
That is how it happens. But this whole thing where it's like that is it's just horrible optics. Where it's like, yeah, we're gonna cut $40,000 from basically a charity slush fund for players who didn't make anything, and that's gonna solve our problems. Like that 40, like you have to have good PR at the same time. He could cut a personal check for $40,000 and not miss it.
Listen, it's only PR and like in the news because of who this club is.
Correct.
If Forrest was going through this, we wouldn't know about it.
I don't think Marinakis would allow that.
Here's the
You
problem.
wouldn't know about it,
Right.
and people wouldn't care about it. It's just because it's Manchester United, and they did ruin everybody's life for a long time in recent history.
Here,
That everybody is so invested in the downfall and wants to make money off the media.
And I
So
think-
when you listen to that interview, you got fired up.
I don't get fired up, but I realize that things are being done that had to have been done, and I feel bad for the people that are losing their jobs. Yes, but
That I
with
don't-
this new stadium, it's going to generate lots of new jobs.
That's a good
It
point.
is going
You've
to.
gotta spend
It's going
money
to
make
add a
money.
lot
Big new
more
fun
money
thing.
to the Manchester economy.
new cool thing.
Over long term, they will make the rights on the things that they have to cut now. But for the time being, yeah, you gotta go back to square one. If Barstool wasn't posting winning profits and doing well, people are gonna lose their job.
Right. We went through that last
Yeah,
year.
like
for
that.
sure.
That's how a
Yep.
business works. We are a publicly traded
Obvi-
company in Manchester United. We are a publicly traded company. It is a business, and that's how it has to be operated.
I have a
Manchester
question.
United is
Here's-
publicly traded.
Yes.
I could buy a share in Man
oh, yeah,
United.
on the NYSE, on the New York Stock Exchange.
Worst decision the
Can we
Glazers
short?
ever.
Yeah.
Can we short it?
I would love.
Bro, everybody shorts it.
Nah, those guys, they have the powerful stock though.
I have a more important question. Is it going to be called New Trafford?
I think that's like what the
Now we're getting into the
like
troll
building
section
project
of
is
the
being
game.
called, but I'm not.
New Old Trafford.
New Old Trafford.
Bigger Trafford.
Emirates.
Oh yeah, let's just name it after like an oil or an airline, like everyone else. Ooh.
Two things. So The problem with owning an elite football club, and this is the thing that needs to get through these new owners, the new owners that are coming into this game. You know, the Cronkies and, you know, the Americans, the Polies and all that, and the newer owners. Once you're owning one of these teams that's going for titles, you don't own those clubs to make money.
No,
You
that was the
don't own
Glazers.
those clubs to make money.
That's what the Glazers did. They've used it as a bank to bankroll the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
That's all they cared about.
We
bankrolled Tom Brady. We bankrolled that Super Bowl. Did you know that the Glazers did not want Manchester United or anyone from the UK team to come over to Tampa Bay?
Remember
because
that.
they didn't want them to see their training facility and how advanced it was compared to what they were doing at Carrington.
Wow,
No
I did
way.
not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so you want to talk about getting hugs from Stan Kroenke? These guys don't even want us to come over to the States and see the shit.
You should get him out.
Kroenke at least brings us over to the Rams. Damn, you're right.
So, and he builds a new
and
Ratcliffe, you know what? People are talking shit. He did build a new training facility. Finally.
Nice.
That's one of the big things, and everyone's up in
Carrington?
arms. Where's
He
that
updated
money
Carrington?
going? Yep, this year.
So how long before they're back? Because
That's the
the question.
2 more
Yeah,
years.
so can I dress that up a little bit?
Sure.
You have a model right in front of your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal. Look at what we've been through since the year 2000 till now. Are you worried? You see what happens when you build a stadium and how long and how much it takes out of you. You're
that associated with that, obviously, too.
You're already down now. Are you worried that
it's
you
gonna
might be
take
in this
20 years to
slump
win another
get
league
back?
title.
That this is the new normal.
It's not going to take 20 years. 20 years ago, what year is it?
Brother,
2005. You
you're
were not
building-
down. Didn't you win a league title in 20?
No,
later in
but we
20?
started
Last time
building.
we won was
We
04.
started paying
Haven't
off.
won
All right,
since.
we started paying off the stadium.
But then they moved into the Emirates after that.
We started paying off the stadium to 06.
Okay.
05, 06 is when
No,
we
I'm
started
not
paying
worried.
off that loan. Our last payment, I believe, was 20. What was it?
Here's
15.
Here's my realistic prediction. Ratcliffe is going to fail. He is going to take this new appointment, this new job he has is going to kill him. I think he'll die.
Literally die?
I think he will literally die from this. I'm sorry. Now I've said this now on a mic. The stress and what will come from the media will be bad for his health. He's already looking quite frail and bad.
horrible.
So you're dancing and he's gonna die.
Look at this scumbag. When everyone tells that he's a scumbag, look, he's dancing. All right, now the camera's off him.
That's
But
Nicky
you saw him.
Smokes. That's Nicky Smokes making up shit in his
Okay.
head. I'm just dancing. Nicky
And
Smokes
now,
making up
after
shit in
he
his head.
goes, and then the Glazers have failed in this, they will be in a position where the stadium's like half built. They're going to need to get somebody in there to figure this out because tensions will be at an all-time high.
Strap in, Murray.
In comes my Portuguese white knight. Cristiano and the Qataris come in and they splash the cash, they buy the club,
That's
and they save the world.
save the world.
World peace happens that day.
Okay.
So
it'd be 2030.
I said it first. Cristiano, Qataris, they're going to save Manchester United.
So we're looking at it's
and
2020.
they'll work.
So 2020, 2032.
2027. We're also going to buy.
Oh, he's going to buy it in 2 years.
Yeah, we're gonna.
They'll
Ratcliffe
clear every
stays there.
debt.
Nah, yeah.
Because I saw he's still sniffing. What's his name? Sheik,
Yeah,
whatever.
Ratcliffe has
Sheik
2 years to
Jassim?
live.
I saw he's still very much.
He said,
sniffing and-
I'm still here. I would
Yeah.
still like to buy the club."
Well, Ratcliffe said if I didn't care, I would have just sold him to the Qataris. I would have just.
So I think he's going to get to.
But he's gonna get squeezed.
I-
Bro. Once the banter era begins, these guys are gonna fucking hit the street.
Has it not begun?
The proper, not.
they're hitting.
It'll get worse.
They're hitting the streets quite
It
hard.
will get worse.
The protest before
They've-
the Arsenal
they've
game
already
was
started.
Insane.
They've already started.
Insane what they did, and they got that sign that says, "Just like the Glazers, Ratcliffe's a cunt." That was on NBC.
yeah.
Fire.
They've
That-
already started.
I'm with that. That fires.
Oh yeah.
me.
I'm for the fans,
Yeah. I'm
It's
with
gonna
that.
be. It's gonna be.
You're for Maresh.
bro. Throw stones, and don't do this. but
Bro, he was
hypothetically-
trying to leak the address of some poor old man's home in Tribeca.
Cronky's flat. Throw stones at the director's box. I'm for it. If they take the piss out of the fans it can do anything in my eyes.
All right, let's move on to the Champions League recap. Real Madrid move on against Atletico after a controversial
What a
penalty
game.
kick taken
What a
back.
game.
What are your thoughts?
What a game.
It's
What-
Tough.
I mean, it's
me and Maresh were watching together. It pained me. It really pained me.
Man, but ball don't lie.
Yeah, it was
It's
the right
letter of the
call.
law.
It was the right call.
Letter
but
of the
They
law.
should change the rule.
It was like barely touched it, and I don't think it necessarily affected the outcome. If anything, it made Alvarez closer to missing.
Yeah.
Courtois jumped the opposite way regardless. It wasn't like it changed the direction
Right.
significantly. It changed the height of the ball. It is the rule. It's the correct ruling. It is utterly devastating and completely unfair, but it is the rule. Now, I saw someone on Twitter say this that I hadn't thought of that was a good point, was that if Courtois jumps off the line,
Retake.
it's
They
a retake.
retake it, yeah.
And I don't understand. There's an argument to be made, whereas if the shooter has a fault similar to that, why is there
Why is
no
it not a
retake?
Mm.
That's it.
Happened.
I
to-
think
happened
that's-
against you guys.
so.
What?
So when they were saying they want the rule changed, I think that's what they.
That's
were
what they
advocating
should do.
for. That's what
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what they want to advocate for.
Because
Do a retake.
I suppose the argument being that the reason you retake is because if the goalie steps off the line, then it gives them an advantage. And then, but I guess the argument for being like if the player double hits, then it's like, is that an
There's a
advantage?
so
No? Like,
so another thing with that. There's an intentionality aspect of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Where if it's unintentional, then it's fine, right? You do the retake. But however, when it's intentional, what do? And then also, when it gets in that gray area, when you can't really tell whether it's unintentional or intentional, it's.
There's no
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know what to do. But I
would have
a
just
retake. I don't know. Because that's the thing. If you start doing retakes, then now the intentionality aspect comes into it. Where if I'm
Right.
good at it, I'll start fucking.
Well, also what you could start doing if you're a shooter, I agree with that. Like you can start getting like flirting with it real close, and then basically getting a mulligan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. To see where to
Yeah.
see which where
Because it's different when you're the
first.
attacker versus the defender. The
Yeah.
defender, I've always thought, I'm sure there's a rule in place where if there's a certain amount of stepping off the line, because you could then, as a goalie, sort of filibuster as a way to play mind game.
Yeah.
Where you're like just stepping off the line three times in a
perpetually.
row.
Yeah.
And then this guy is just continuously taking him. You may gain some sort of mental advantage. I'm sure there's got to be some rule where like you can't have
What's the goalie one? Is it 1 foot or 2 foot on the line? Is it
I think it's
both?
I think it's got to be both off the line before he
both on
kicks.
the line? Yeah.
What I was thinking the other day too was that like I'm sure that you have to start on the line. I'm guaranteed that's the rule. But like imagine if the goalie like
Could run.
timed it, like got in the back of the net and then like ran up
And
that's
up with the with
and then just cut the angle like and then like put both feet on the line and then like jumped and you could just like kind of angle it and cut down the angle.
How do you then penalize him when he fucks that up? And he's
Have you ever seen the
off
videos of
full
how the MLS used to do penalties?
No.
They used to have the player start at the center line and run in on a breakaway.
That's pretty
like a
lit.
hockey shootout.
like the hockey.
Really?
Yeah, the goalie could come out and like he had to like juke around the goalie. It was wild.
They do that in FIFA
What?
when you get a
Oh, the
penalty
rush.
kick and
The
rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Electric.
rush.
But yeah, it was the right call. I mean, it softened it a bit when Laurent missed.
What'd you say?
Diego Laurent, is that his name?
Llorente.
Llorente?
Ha 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 ha! Idiot.
You
doesn't
fucking-
know
he was on
names.
the ball.
Ha ha!
You call him?
ha,
You call
was
him
at least-
Diego?
He was.
Yeah, I don't know. why I
What's
did
no?
that.
He's not. He
Marco?
was Marco. There we go.
I don't know.
Whatever.
At least mine was a different.
Ah,
mine was a different.
His
language.
at least was.
Bro, you
English.
just said a completely different
said a
name.
completely
We gotta
different
give
name.
it. We
Oh,
gotta.
I can't
No, no,
take the
I-
piss a little bit. I can't take the fucking piss a little bit.
And
Actually,
Yeah, it's just
what?
we
Hand
can't
up,
do
hand
it.
up.
Makes it like not.
Hand
I don't
up.
feel bad for you when you like. I actually was mad at you when you did it.
Huh.
Wait,
Just
what's
it's just the way you did it. You were like, ha 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 ha. Like makes everybody mad at you.
Like, all right, let's move it along.
If you were like when we do it, we're just like casually laugh and you're like, it's kind of.
Well, we actually, in a way, we
My
do
ear
it
was
worse.
my ear was
We-
ringing.
We
Yeah.
intentionally don't tell him, so he just keeps
Yeah.
getting it wrong.
It's like when you're in the cave and you just start laughing hysterically at something on your phone. You don't tell anybody what you're laughing at. And everyone's like, what the fuck is he doing?
Whatever.
But I mean, what a that game.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Contest wise, the best thing happened in that game. That early
Atmosphere.
goal, the early goal was
Conor Gallagher. Premier League is better than all your old dusty ass leagues. These guys they can't hack it in the Prem. They just go and terrorize.
Conor Gallagher was good in the Prem. Conor Gallagher's a
He
good
wasn't
player.
scoring in the
Chelsea
first
fans.
minute against teams like Real Madrid.
Chelsea
bro.
fans must have been fucking losing their
Yeah.
minds, dude. But that was it was an incredible. You guys saw at beginning of the when the buses
Yeah.
were pulling in. What an atmosphere!
Oh, dude,
Unbelievable.
the cops on horses and the flares going crazy.
How do those
Insane.
horses even? How do those horses even keep composure with fucking fireworks going off right
Good
next to them?
point.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, they used to ride horses back in the day, like during wars. I'm sure.
Yeah,
they
but
have
don't they tell you? You know when you're on the
These
highway.
horses specifically didn't ride in.
No,
those
but you know
wars.
also when you're on the highway, they tell
They're
you
a
fucking
breed.
don't.
Bro, it's called adaption. Over years of wars and shit, like they were getting stabbed, shot at with arrows, a couple fireworks.
When you're on the
Lot of
highway,
folks.
when you're on the highway, the horse
Adaption.
carriage on the back says, "Do not honk."
We're
Do
gonna let
not
them get away
honk.
with adaption.
It's crazy.
adaptation.
Adaption.
Adoption.
Yeah.
It's genetics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Evolution.
I know there's like crazy hostile environments in like the in Serbia and in
How did
South
I
America.
graduate?
Atletico Madrid legit scares me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
In terms of
Oh,
like
yeah.
That would have been Arsenal's biggest nightmare.
that in
No.
terms of like the
Yes.
the
You
top
got your
five.
biggest nightmare.
Huh?
He said Atletico would have been their biggest nightmare. They got their biggest nightmare. Real
No, the
Madrid.
way Atletico plays is worse for Arsenal than Madrid.
But I'm talking about like the atmosphere.
Oh, correct,
Their
yes.
atmosphere like legitimately scares me. Like I like.
It's
watching
just for
that
the
game.
Madrid game. They don't get like that all the time. They just get a little.
Yeah.
They get a little
They
racist.
remember how testy it got with City 2 years ago?
They just get a little racist.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
That's true.
That
That
is,
is
that's basically all they kind of.
yeah, but it's a it was an incredible game.
I'm pro flare. We need more flares.
I
don't know
love
why
flare.
they- I
Oh yeah, Ocho Cinco tweeted it. He's a big soccer fan.
Yeah,
big,
he is.
Big footy guy.
He came to the office one time when I first started, and I was telling everyone I was good at FIFA, and he always just steps up and like drives
beat
to
the
people's
living
houses and just
daylights.
dusts
He
them.
went to one of my boys'
Yeah.
places.
He I was pretty good at FIFA at that time, and he butt fucked me
How much did he beat you?
like
He
6
beat me. He beat me 3-0.
Yeah, like he creamed me. It was
He's
brutal.
good.
He
He's
creamed
very
you?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that was when I was playing FIFA a lot. Too.
yeah, me
He's
too.
very,
It was a
very,
humbling
very good.
experience. I went back to.
But yeah,
old
he
style.
tweeted that every NFL game should be like Atletico.
Ah,
Yeah.
you
With the
guys,
flares.
you guys don't even. First thing the NFL has to do is create an away end.
Oh, so
I agree with that, but
That's
everyone
it.
called me
You
pussy.
You can't have an atmosphere sitting next to someone that's not supporting the same team you're supporting.
America's too big.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, that would probably at least limit the like just absolute.
If Seattle is playing Miami, how many people do you think are showing up in the away end?
Brother, if it's a home game,
point.
if it's a home game in Seattle, it's for Seattleans to watch.
That's a good point. How do they
Seattleans?
allocate that properly,
All right, fuck with that.
dude? But it would at least limit the Rose Zed fights.
I mean, I would have never got hired if they segregated the stadiums here.
True.
I got on Dave's radar.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I would like to see it.
Yeah.
I would like to. It won't happen.
Put an
but-
away end, especially for college football. Put away ends.
Yeah.
That they do that for college football.
They do the student section, but like
No, they'll do it away.
They'll do an
yeah,
away end.
Like I think like if you watch a Notre Dame game, there's always like
Well-
a block of like 5,000 tickets.
Traveling fans will always try and get tickets together. That's a
Yeah.
thing. But they don't have like when you go to if you're an Arsenal fan, you go to Old Trafford, you have one section you're allowed to sit with your
Yeah,
colors
correct.
on.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
you can't
yeah.
advertise that you're a fan. of
Right.
Yeah.
Not
But
Manchester.
college football, they do have a block
Yeah.
for the away team in every
And also,
But
you don't.
But there's no like restrictions because I.
No, you could sit anywhere.
Yeah.
But there if you
like you
if
could
you
be
watch
in the
it,
away end wearing the home team's colors.
You know what it is? I think what might make it work is you gotta buy tickets through your team because that's what
But
you
the-
buy like tickets through your club.
I feel like I'm talking to a wall here. They do this, and if you look at any overhead like blimp view of a college football stadium, if it's Tennessee and they're playing Florida, there will be one section in that stadium that is
But
all that's all
I
blue.
can buy tickets on game time to sit anywhere in that stadium.
That
I
is
want.
also
That's
true.
the problem.
But you can buy tickets through your school. Your school gets a block of tickets that are allocated.
So take away the game time aspect, and you'll get the. Who I love. By the way, I love game time.
Yeah.
I'm describing.
We're talking
in
a
the
secondary
context.
market,
In the
which
con-
does
there you
not
go.
exist
in the
over
context.
there.
Of,
yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. I just it's just a cultural thing. They'll never be
Yeah.
able to do.
You know who doesn't have to worry about away end tickets anymore? Liverpool. That was a bar. Come on, give me that.
Yeah, that was.
They're done.
Yeah, they are.
Done out here.
Done and dusted. PSG. You called it.
I called that.
Why can't you say we?
All right,
When did you call it?
Yeah, when did you call it?
when I tweeted it out and everyone made fun of me.
When was
When
that?
was
I
that?
said Dembele is the best player in the world. PSG is gonna win the
When did you tweet it?
Champions League like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, all right.
Credit
All
to you.
right, credit to
Yeah,
you.
that game was
Villa.
incredible.
Unbelievable game.
Like one of the better games I've seen this year. I was thinking. I'm sure there's
Even
some.
the first game they played was incredible.
Oh my God, it was such a good game. I mean, both sides. I was just blown away. Like it was weird for me, like seeing the levels from the other direction. Like typically the levels, I'm like, yeah, there's levels to this with City, the way we played last few years. But
Bro, Parisians are crazy.
But then seeing the levels on the other way, like those two teams, like bro, how much they ran.
Oh.
The pressing was literally nonstop for 120 minutes. It kind of lulled a little bit. Yeah, but regardless, like both sides, the midfield they were running 110% the whole game. Nuno Mendes, oh my God.
Locked up Salah.
Oh my God.
Salah Ballon d'Or, dead, gone.
Give it to
Dead
soccer,
and
right?
gone.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say
couldn't
that. You said
believe
that.
how effective he was and how good he was and how much he ran. And then Vitinha and
Control the midfield. What's
Neves, I was just sitting there like, oh my God, how did we not pick up those two? Like, fuck, I was just salivating looking at that midfield when I look at mine. Like, they ran. Like watching City versus how much they ran. It's like watching the like what is the Grandpa PGA Tour?
Senior PGA.
The senior PGA versus the PGA. Like it was just night and day. Like we just get run over and they just couldn't stop running.
Yeah.
It was such a sick game.
That game, it almost reminded me of that first USA Canada Four Nations, where it's like if every game was like this, it'd be the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah.
And obviously soccer is the most popular sport in the world, but here it would, if everybody was watching that and it was that every single game, people would be like, holy shit.
Also, if it wasn't in the most popular basketball time of the year.
Yeah.
Like if this was happening in like the lull.
In the summer or February.
Like we would be remember when everyone watched those Champions League games like that one day in the cave? If those two games were playing
I had to go
that day.
I had to go home to watch. There was no TV available yesterday in the cave. It was all basketball.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it was a cool game, too, because, like, you really couldn't tell. Like, Liverpool were throwing punches.
Yeah.
I felt like PSG were a bit more
I mean,
Darwin.
punchy.
I got a couple of things.
Noodles.
I got a couple things.
Noodles.
They lost Trent and Konate in the same game.
Oh, yes.
What do you mean?
I hadn't realized that because they haven't played their next game. They've lost their right
Trent
side.
left.
Right side
Trent left injured.
And
Konate
Konate
left
too.
injured.
Yeah,
and
that's
Konate
true.
too. The rest of the team also played 120 minutes.
Too bad they're only 15 points up.
Yeah.
I mean that they
That's
could drop a few.
Ah, bro, it's over.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Arsenal's going to start picking up points?
I'm not saying them. Maybe a team like Forest might fuck around and
And-
find themselves.
Honestly,
Forest top
20
not
points.
to?
That's like 25 points they got to make
Yeah.
up.
We'd have to go like undefeated.
Our league's over.
I realize what I'm saying.
how does the
They
how
just-
does
they
the
got
bracket
fucked.
line up? Because
For
I
Champions League?
pray
They play
it ends up being PSG Real Madrid and PSG beat them.
PSG. is
Yeah.
That would
on
be
the-
absolutely
yes.
fucking
PSG on
euphoric.
our side.
I thought you bet Madrid to win.
I didn't. I bet Barcelona.
So,
I put a future on
PSG 's on
Barcelona.
our side, right?
yeah, top half of the bracket is
PSG, Madrid.
Arsenal,
PSG,
Madrid,
would be.
Arsenal.
PSG, Villa,
right, Villa,
and then
yeah.
it's Barcelona, Dortmund, Munich, Inter.
So they can't meet in the final.
No.
No.
No,
Next round.
they're not.
Fuck. It's okay.
I just you guys talk about Real Madrid, you talk about PSG. I don't know why anybody's sleeping on Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
the
they
final,
yeah.
the final is in Munich.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
They want to win there. So
Yeah.
Does Arsenal have any shot at winning the Champions League?
Yeah, you do.
Opta Analysis, the stat nerd site, gives Arsenal the third best chances of winning at 16.8%,
Damn.
behind PSG at 19.3 and Barcelona at 20.4.
That makes no sense to me.
That future's looking.
How do we have a better chance at winning than Real Madrid?
I'm just telling you what it says.
Yeah, it's
It's
interesting.
weird. European football.
That is interesting. I mean,
different.
I
don't.
PSG to me is the most complete looking team in my opinion, next to Bayern.
They should be studied because they had all the best players in the world and couldn't get it over the line, and they get rid of everybody, and now it's like they're better than ever.
Yeah, I mean,
They
I
still haven't got it over the line yet.
I know, but they look like a cohesive team instead of like a.
We beat
Yeah.
PSG.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we did.
anything can happen. I mean, these
Yeah.
teams are all so good, but
That's the thing.
I just like seeing how PSG can attack as well as defend
Yeah.
is because the thing about Barcelona is that they are just very explosive, but
Yeah.
defensively with that high line, you don't know.
You can expose them. I think.
And like, dude, they just like PSG, like have so many guys that are just so young and eager. Like Barcola comes off, and then they put in some other fuck I can't.
Doey.
Yeah, and I'm like, this
Doey
kid's
and-
insane too. And then
Desiree Doué is crazy.
yeah, and like they're all just firing, and that midfield is just so composed and still it has so much fitness. I just was blown away by how good they look because Liverpool is a fucking serious team.
Yeah.
and they kind of like outran them. Granted, you know, you play in the French league, it's not as much running over the course of a season, and it's a bit of an easier schedule.
I mean, they are currently undefeated domestically.
They should be.
Yeah.
I mean, they also let Mbappe leave on a free. Everybody laughed at them, and
Yeah,
they're a
true.
lot better than they were.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
So you can't even say that they recycled the money they got
Right.
from him. They
Yeah.
just saved the money that they were paying him on his wages.
Yeah.
Other than that, that squad was all around him.
That's just. That's
And
just
well, they still owe him. Don't they still owe him like 50 mil? That loyalty bonus that he refused to pay.
Yeah, well, I don't really need to get in the nitty gritty. All I need to do to make my point is that
Yeah,
he's
your point-
gone,
your
and the
point's
team is
taken.
pretty much the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
Donnarumma, incredible goalie.
Yep.
Thank you, AC Milan, for giving him to PSG. You guys still suck.
I forgot about that
Yeah.
saga.
You guys got anything else on Champions League before we do the match week review?
You have a future
we-
on PS or on who?
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
I wanted to get
At
one in on.
what?
I think it's going to be El Clasico in the final.
Real quick,
That would be
we're,
sick.
we're through. I
Really?
feel.
That
I
would mean
feel.
Arsenal didn't make it.
I feel good about our chances in the Champions League. We're through. We'll see the Madrid. The Madrid hurdle will cross when we get there. That's
We don't
a
have a
month away.
chance in hell at beating them.
That's a month away.
We don't have a chance.
I think you
That is
do.
a month
I don't
away.
think we do.
I think you definitely have a
Can
chance.
have no shot.
The
can
only
I talk
thing
and
that-
you'll get your time.
Yeah. You go.
I think we have a good chance, and by that time,
You are going to have to score goals to win that tournament. So how do you figure that?
That's the one they can score in. They go in and bang in goals
Again.
in that tournament.
I got
so.
PSV Eindhoven.
all right, never mind. Let's go to Premier League.
No, I got one other question. So for the futures, they don't really line up with that Opta. So they give you guys the third best chances. PSG is now plus 320. They're the favorite. Madrid is plus 350. Barcelona's plus 350. Munich's plus 500. Arsenal plus 650. Milan plus 1100. Villa 2800. Dortmund plus 4000. So what I feel like when you look at the bracket,
I got
that
Barca-
guy's an idiot.
but like if you like Munich, because they're going to be playing that at home at plus 500, that's not a bad
No.
future.
A
at
good
this
number.
point.
and
Yeah.
I got Barcelona at plus 750.
They want to get their lick back. I think they played one other final at home. It was the Chelsea Champions League,
I think you're right. Yeah.
and they lost, right?
Yeah.
So I think that they are going to want to get their lick back.
Does Harry Kane finally get a?
Oh, I forget about that
Yeah.
dilemma. I mean, Musiala, Olise, these guys are playing on another level right now.
Yeah, dude, there's some serious teams in it. Like more so than like typically like maybe it's the new format, but like in the years past I felt like there was one or two, like the path was kind of clear for
Yeah,
a
you
certain
could
team.
coast a
Right
little
now,
bit.
like when you look at Barcelona, PSG, Bayern, and Real Madrid, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know which team. Like they're all so scary.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And Villa plays better in this tournament than they do domestically. too.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Marcus Rashford gets a return to Paris.
That'd be scenes.
Last time he played there, pretty good.
He drew the red card in that game. That was kind of the difference too yesterday.
Zaw, can I speak now?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was mid sentence and I just kept.
No, you weren't.
Kept being told, you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. I'm like,
I
trying to
didn't say
explain
that.
why.
I said you do.
No, I was being told here. You can go ahead and do the thing.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
done.
Yeah,
I'll give
no
him a-
problem. I'm not a fucking idiot like the guy to my right. Arsenal has no chance at beating Real Madrid. All right, time for the match week preview. First game we have Man City at home against Brighton. Man City minus 145, draw plus 330. Brighton plus 350. Let's start with Chief.
My heart wants a draw. My Champions League chase wants a draw. Brighton's been on fire since Forrest pumped them 7-0. I feel like this is where it ends. I think City gets them this week.
Rudy,
Yeah, broken record again. I don't know.
MC 145.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we could be great. We could suck. Like, it's just this team. Like, you just don't know what. It's such a mixed bag. But we got to win games. It's getting very dicey coming in. Luckily, Chelsea has a pretty ruthless, brutal schedule going in.
Yeah, they have the hardest remaining.
So that's a positive. But I'm worried about Bournemouth. I'm worried about Newcastle. So we gotta stack some wins here. Luckily, historically, we have been good going down closing, like very, very good. But we're not that team. So what does that mean? We just gotta hope Brighton kind of have a down day, and then we don't have our typical poop our own pants, shit fart everywhere.
Type shit.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go with City?
Of course.
Okay. Za.
Brighton.
I'm taking the draw plus 330.
Love it.
Brighton.
Wow. All right.
They're undefeated in their last 5.
Yeah, they're
Yeah. I mean, I can't even really argue with you. I mean, that Brighton's been
And
hot.
they did beat you at Brighton at the Amex this year too.
Yeah. So.
Next game I got on here is Bournemouth at home against Brentford. Bournemouth minus 130, draw plus 310, Brentford plus 320.
I think Bournemouth pumps them.
I agree. Bournemouth is. I mean, I hope something bad happens to Bournemouth, but I don't think it will. So I like Bournemouth. as well.
I heard an interview with Bill Foley, their owner, who also owns the Vegas Knights, American guy. They were saying how, like when you have a good team like this, and they have Kluivert and Kirkez and I can never pronounce the center back's name, the young kid.
The Danish kid.
Yeah, and he's like, well, we have all these guys signed to long-term contracts with no release clauses. He's like, we are profitable. I think we're gonna try to keep the team together. So that was like a refreshing, because I do kind of hate that where it's like as soon as you're good, you get plundered. So it would be cool if Bournemouth can keep that group together for a little bit.
You want to keep a player that wants to go.
He said we're not going to get in anybody's way, but we have enough money to pay competitive prices. And then you look at guys. This happens all the time where you're playing every day, and then you go to a Chelsea, you go to Madrid, and you're a squad player. So it's
look at Ada Goulet and Endrick at Real Madrid. They're crying now. Mm-hmm. The idiots were told not to go to Madrid if you want to play.
Yeah. So it would be cool if Bournemouth could keep it together.
Dude, I just realized Bournemouth, with the exception of the FA Cup penalty win against Wolves, haven't won in their last 4.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good pod prep, Rudy. What are you going with, Za?
Who is
Bournemouth, Brentford.
I'm going to go with, because is Brentford out of Europe? Brentford's out of European contention.
Yeah. They're sitting 12th now, I think. 11th.
Where's Brentford?
I like both teams to score.
They're 12th.
A lot.
They're 12th.
Yeah.
Behind Crystal Palace.
And Fulham's 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, Brentford. So Bournemouth is still Bournemouth is still very much in the mix for Champions League.
Definitely, yeah.
For Champions League, Brentford is. This might be good. I'm gonna go draw.
That would be great.
That would be great.
I'm gonna go with Brentford for the upset. Marash.
Respect.
Bournemouth.
Okay. Last game I have on here, Arsenal at home against Chelsea. Arsenal minus 120, draw plus 270, Chelsea plus 340.
Has Cole Palmer lost a little bit of aura?
Lost all aura.
Thank you for bringing that up. Ice cold.
Missed a penalty.
He hasn't done shit since we were telling Cesar that he's better than Saka.
I don't think he's had a goal in 9.
Yeah.
And I still haven't taken him out of my fantasy team.
I forgot.
I don't even think I have that app anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has cooled off. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
And they don't have that same
Is
pizzazz.
Nicholas Jackson his missing link?
Dude,
Honestly.
I think it's Sancho's ruined him personally.
Yeah.
Who
That's
would
my
have?
thought.
Who would have thunk? Like, I was not a Nicholas Jackson believer, but he's proven that he's pretty crucial to that
integral.
team, and he played great. And now that they don't have him, there seems to be something missing. I like Arsenal in this game, and I'm obviously biased because I want Chelsea to lose for my own benefit.
Where's the game?
It is at
the Emirates.
At the Emirates, yes.
Yeah.
So I love Arsenal in this. I want them to win for my own sake because I can't have Chelsea surging.
Yeah.
But having said all that, regardless of my own bias, I don't think that Chelsea have the venom right now, and I do think Arsenal, tune-up game in the Champions League looks good, and I think you got the tools. I think I like Arsenal.
This one screams
Tools
fraud.
for what?
Fraud
To
of
piss
me.
down your fucking leg?
I mean, dude, you got great skilled players. You got
Yeah, for
Murray.
sure, dude.
I get the striker thing's an issue, but you're still a world class team.
I
Declan
think-
Rice going posting in outside the box. Come on.
Dude, I think Nicky Smokes is going to go to Nottingham in a couple weeks.
No, we don't want him.
And he's not going back to Arsenal.
Okay, go ahead. Say you don't want me and watch the voodoo I pull off at City Ground. Watch.
Why would you try to pull off voodoo against us?
You don't want me, right?
You can't.
You want me to curse your
you
team?
Can't
I can't
switch teams, dude.
I'm not switching teams.
Then what's the problem?
There is none. But you just said I don't want him.
Yeah, we're
If
good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're
We'll
good.
see how good you are when I go to City Ground and put a fucking hex on you.
Okay.
You can't. I don't think you intentionally put it there.
Yeah.
I think when you want
Yeah.
something to happen, it goes the other way.
Brother, I have powers.
I think you got these powers.
Okay, watch this. Go ahead, Za.
I think we'll win. Chelsea, we've been beating them lately. I think we'll win. It'll be one of those where it might be a late 1-0. I don't think Chelsea will score against us, but I think we'll win.
That's why I think a 1-1 draw smells about right to me.
Yeah. 1-1 draw. Arsenal would have to score a goal in the Premier League to do that. This team sucks.
They did
Chelsea
last
wins. Chelsea's going to win the game.
I think it's a draw. That's what Chelsea is.
And Arsenal do. Yeah, you're right.
Draw would be
We're
great.
drawers.
I think it's a draw. It's not a good draw, especially at home, but it's a draw.
Yeah. No, that's what
Chelsea are like sniffing around that fourth position.
Yeah.
I thought
sitting
they were
fourth
like
right now.
I thought they were dead in the water. I wasn't keeping track of where they were, but they just like hung around in that fifth
did.
spot.
They have
sixth
not
spot.
been the same since Maresco was like, yeah, we're not going for a title. That really was like a seminal
Dude,
moment.
they haven't been the same since Nicholas Jackson went down.
Yeah, but
that's it.
yeah.
Arsenal's recent form is like a bra size. Straight D's. Come on, that was good. You know that was good. Come on, give me it. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening.
I don't even understand.